after 40 drops 1 to 2% per year. Yeah, every year. Visceral fat increases the activity of a converter enzyme which takes your remaining testosterone and turns it into estrogen. And a 2011 study published in Circulation found that dysfunction shows up 2 to 5 years before a heart attack. These aren't separate problems, they're connected. And today we're going to walk you through exactly how and what you can do about it. Here's the part nobody warns you about. Turning 40 doesn't feel like a cliff, it feels like a slow slide. You sleep 7-8 hours, but still drag through the afternoon. Your workouts produce less results with more effort. Your waistline grows even though your diet hasn't changed much. And something you never thought you'd have to worry about, it's not working the way it used to. If that sounds like you, you're not broken, you're not lazy, and you're definitely not alone. Research from the Cleveland Clinic estimates that roughly 40% of men are affected by some degree of ED by age 40, and that number climbs to over 50% by age 50. But here's what frustrates us. Most content about men's health after 40 either tries to sell you a testosterone booster or tells you to just eat clean and exercise. That's not a plan, and that's a bumper sticker. So we went through the peer-reviewed research, Circulation, JAMA, a leading endocrinology journal, to build something you can actually use. This is your 5-system check: hormonal, metabolics, sleep, and sexual health. They're all linked, and understanding how they connect is the first step to doing something about it. Let's start with testosterone. A leading endocrinology journal published a long-term study showing that total testosterone declines approximately 1.6% per year in men after 30. That's not dramatic in any single year, but compounded over a decade or two, it changes how you feel, how you recover, and how your body stores fat. And that fat piece matters more than most guys realize. Visceral fat, the fat packed around your organs, not the stuff you can pinch, each contains high levels of that converter enzyme. It takes testosterone and turns it into a form of estrogen. So the more visceral fat you carry, the more testosterone you lose to conversion, and the less your body has available for muscle maintenance, mood regulation, and sexual function. A public health study mapped this conversion pathway clearly. Now, here's where it gets serious. A Circulation paper from 2011 laid out the cardiovascular implications of ED. ED and coronary artery disease share the same underlying mechanism, which is damage to the inner lining of your blood vessels. The arteries supplying the penis are smaller than the coronary arteries. So when plaque starts building up, the smaller vessels show symptoms first. That's why ED appears 2 to 5 years before a major cardiac event. It's an early warning system that most men ignore, see or are too embarrassed to mention to their doctor. And sleep ties directly into this. A 2011 JAMA study restricted healthy young men to 5 hours of sleep per night for 1 week. Daytime testosterone dropped 10 to 15% in 1 week. That's the equivalent of aging 10 to 15 years hormonally. And this was in young, healthy men. For guys over 40 who are already on the decline curve, poor sleep accelerates everything. Chronic stress compounds the damage further. Your body's stress response system suppresses your hormone production system when stays elevated. Here's how that works. When your stress hormones are chronically high, your brain gets the signal. It dials down the hormone that tells your body to make testosterone. So your testosterone drops. Not because the raw materials are gone, but because your brain told the factory to slow down. A detailed review of the research confirms this clearly. Your body essentially decides that survival mode is more important than performance mode. So what actually works? We've identified 5 evidence-based moves. No supplements to sell, no miracle protocols, just research-backed steps with realistic timelines. First, get a comprehensive blood panel. Not the basic one your annual physical includes. Ask specifically for total testosterone, free testosterone, a protein called SHBG. It binds your testosterone and makes it unavailable. Estrogen levels, fasting insulin, a 1C, your long-term blood sugar marker, a lipid panel with particle size, and PSA if you're over 45. That's the prostate screening marker. This gives you a baseline. Without data, you're guessing. Timeline, schedule this week. Each year results in 7 to 10 days. Second, prioritize resistance training over cardio. A meta-analysis published in 2020 confirmed that resistance exercise acutely increases testosterone levels. We're talking compound movements, squats, deadlifts, rows, presses 3 to 4 times per week. You don't need to train like a 25-year-old. You need to train consistently. Expect measurable changes in body composition within 8 to 12 weeks. Third, protect your sleep like it's a prescription. Based on the JAMA data, anything under 6 hours consistently is actively lowering your testosterone. Target 7 to 8 hours, dark room, cool temperature, no screens 30 minutes before bed. This isn't optional wellness advice, it's hormone management. Improvement in daytime testosterone levels can occur within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent sleep hygiene. Fourth, address stress structurally. Meditation apps are fine, but if your job, relationship, or financial situation keeps cortisol elevated, a breathing exercise won't fix it. Consider what in your life is a chronic stressor versus an acute one. The chronic ones need real solutions, delegation, boundaries, or professional help. A 60-day study on root extract did show a statistically significant reduction in cortisol levels. But ashwagandha is a supplement, not a substitute for solving the source of stress. And supplements are not FDA approved to treat any condition. Fifth, don't ignore erectile changes. If something has shifted, frequency, firmness, or reliability, mention it to your doctor. Given the circulation data linking ED to cardiovascular risk, this is not a vanity issue. See, it's a diagnostic signal. Your doctor can order a vascular ultrasound or additional cardiac screening. Early detection here can literally save your life. Here's the honest truth. None of this is complicated, but most men don't do it because nobody lays it out clearly and because talking about testosterone levels and erection quality still feels uncomfortable. We get that. But you're still here. That already puts you ahead of most guys your age. You now know the 5 systems to monitor. You know what the research says, and you know the specific steps to take this week. Not next month, not someday. This week. Get the blood panel, start the resistance training, fix your sleep. You don't have to solve everything at once. Pick one. Start there. Build momentum. Every study we referenced today is linked in the description. You can verify all of it yourself. If you found this useful, subscribe to Still Got It. Every video on this channel is built on peer-reviewed research, no sponsors, no supplement deals, no hype. Hit the like button, it helps other men find this information. And drop a comment. What's the one health topic you wish someone would explain without the BS? We read every single one, and it shapes what we cover next. Quick note, we are a research team, not your doctor. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your health plan. Links to every study cited in this video are in the description. Next week, we're going deep on testosterone, the labs that your doctor probably isn't ordering, what optimal actually looks like versus normal range, and why TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, isn't always the answer. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.